A television show is nothing without its characters, and the amazing world of Gumball knows that well. The town of Ellmore is filled with colorful, spectacular, and unique citizens that make the show as fun to watch as it is. Gumball's varied art style gives the show an edge over other cartoons. Its characters can be 2D, CGI, a live-action Chin, anything is possible. Even the Watterson family, which at first glance looks like a stereotypical sitcom family, genius daughter, stupid dad.
Kids, where would I find the Sailord?
Turns out to be one of the most original and hilarious families on television. Gumball is definitely an animation lover show, and that's what's so great about his characters. The different art styles make it seem like each character was pulled from a different cartoon, and it creates this amazing hodgepodge of creativity. So today we'll be counting down the top 10 Amazing World of Gumball characters. In this list, we're considering only characters that have made multiple appearances. Gumball has had its fair share of amazing one-off characters, but that's a list all on its own. So without further ado, let's get started. Gumball has had such a memorable list of side characters, and Tobias is certainly one of them. This sweatband-wearing Rainbow Puff can be a little cocky at times, but he's still a memorable character. He started out as the popular rich kid, but quickly changed into someone who's actually really sad. He ended up becoming the kid that tried way too hard to succeed and ended up failing, which opened up the door to way funnier situations, like when he attempted to ask out Masami.
Hey, beautiful, you have a quarter? Because I told my mom I'd call her when I fell in love.
No, I'm sorry I don't, but you can use my cell.
Tobias is also one of the side characters in Gumball to be more developed throughout the series run, and we even met his family, including his sister, mom, and dad. The episode with his mom being one of the funniest and more memorable episodes of Gumball ever. It's safe to say that Tobias deserves to be in the top 10.
Tobias! Where are you going, dude? Tobias! Aw, come on!
Who could forget Alan, the lovable, overly nice balloon boy who's actually a balloon? Alan's character wasn't very important in the early seasons. He was mostly known for ironically dating Carmen the Cactus. However, the character really began shining in later episodes, such as The Photo and The Storm. His optimistic personality and perfect nature made for some of the funniest episodes Gumball's had, and some of the most memorable moments in the show. That's why Alan is at the number 9 spot. At first glance, Richard may seem like the typical stupid father character a la Homer Simpson or Peter Griffin. However, throughout the series run, we see that Richard is actually a well-rounded character that is both funny and memorable. He's a good father with a big heart, even though he may not be the brightest. Super memorable episodes like The Job, which happens to be one of my favorite episodes of Gumball, cemented Richard's character as one of the best. You can always add a funny quip to a conversation, but at the same time you can tell he loves his family. And that's what makes his character so great.
Ugh, each slice of that thing has enough calories to get us the next little tag.
Slice! Don't you dare carve up a masterpiece! I'm gonna make 5.
Ah, Penny, the peanut antler thing that just so happens to be the love of Gumball's life. Since the beginning of the series, Penny was a great character, being in episodes like The Date, though her character developed a surprising amount as the series went on. First of all, the show didn't bait the fans on with the will they won't they for too long, and Gumball and Penny started dating at the end of season 2.
I like your eyes.
But they took it a step further. See, for a while fans theorized what was on the inside of Penny's shell. It was a huge mystery on the show, and it didn't seem like the audience would ever get a solid answer. That is until the episode The Shell, where Penny cracks her outer casing and her true form is finally revealed.
You look...
What? Do I look bad? No! You look...
I look disgusting, damn it!
It turns out that Penny is a shape-shifting fairy, and she was kept in the shell to control her shape-shifting powers. Her character has stayed in the form ever since, proving that Gumball can pull off real character development. That's what makes Penny so great. She's a character with a story arc and a show that, besides a lot of callbacks, is pretty much one-off. Her transformation set a tone for the show and made a place as crazy as Ellmore feel grounded.
Gumball, please tell my father that the monster has gone to live in the forest with all the other beasts.
Anais is another character that seemed like a bratty know-it-all little sister, but her episodes are some of the best in Gumball history. The youngest of the Watterson family, Anais is a genius and frequently outsmarts her entire family. She's surprisingly mature, and that makes for some great comedy. She's annoying at times, but still lovable, and has some of the best one-liners in the show.
You should always use a fire extinguisher or if unavailable, baking soda. But most importantly, call an adult or the emergency services.
Well, yeah, of course.
Episodes like The Remote, where she outsmarts her entire family by hiding the remote in her toy Daisy, are some of the best.
I had it in my hands. Thanks for the tip! Oh, yeah.
All I need is my Daisy.
Rob is a character that encompasses everything that makes Gumball great. He started out way back at the beginning of the series as a boring background character that had no purpose in the show at all. However, this is made fun of later in the show, when he goes up to Gumball and Darwin and they don't remember him at all.
Rich? Did you just call me rich like it was a question?
What seemed like a funny one-episode joke soon turned to something great. Rob ended up getting stuck in the dimension of things that everyone forgets about, and you'd think he'd never be heard from again. But it ends up being quite the contrary. Rob ends up making it out of the dimension, turns spiteful and angry. This time he doesn't want to be Gumball and Darwin's friends. He sees them as his mortal enemies. Now, Rob is Gumball and Darwin's primary nemesis and a reoccurring villain. This is why Gumball is so great. Rob is an incredibly meta character whose entire motivation is that he was an irrelevant person in the background. And if you go back to early episodes, you can definitely see him in the background. Gumball is completely original, and everything about it is meta and hilarious. So if you think about it, Rob is the perfect villain. There have been many sidekicks throughout history, but Darwin stands out. This innocent and lovable member of the Watterson family may look odd because, well, he's a fish. Now that I think about it, that's not the craziest thing to ever be in Gumball. But this is all because Darwin actually started out as a pet of the family. Then, according to the show, one day he just grew legs and the rest is history. Darwin is a great counterpart to Gumball, as his kind and lovable nature ends up helping them when they need it the most. However, in episodes like The Safety, when he attempts to keep the world safe and in the end becomes a dictator, really solidifies his character as hilarious and memorable. He'll always be there for Gumball and his friends. Darwin often has a more realistic approach, acting as the voice of reason and keeping Gumball grounded.
We can't hide like this anymore. We're just gonna have to tell Dad the truth.
Oh, sure. Great plan. So how do you want to do it? You could start by rejecting his love, while I sucker punch him with the lack of respect that we have for his entire family heritage. Or, if you prefer, I'll just rip out his heart while you tear his soul in half!
Despite this, he's never too preachy or obnoxious. He still remains likable. That's what makes Darwin such a great character.
Darwin, Raglan, Caspian, Ahab, Poseidon, Nicodemus, Watterson III.
A lot of TV shows have a mom character, and they vary from show to show. There's people like Dexter's mom, who's the basic 50s-esque stereotype. A lot of shows take the never show the parents route. But Gumball is different. It openly includes the parent as characters, and that's one of the things that makes Gumball stand out. I pride them for actually giving the parents names and further developing them as characters. And that brings me to Nicole. She's funny enough on her own as a character because she's a hilarious take on an over-the-top mom. But thanks to backstories and other looks into her, you'll understand more about her as an actual character. It turns out Nicole was pushed to perfection as a kid by two overbearing parents.
But I got straight A's.
Not here. Gender.
Yeah, F because I'm female.
Being a girl is not an excuse.
This is what made her the way she is, and you feel sympathy for her. But you know that she really is in love with Richard, and she really loves being a mother. She's a great representation of a parent character done right.
Anyway, I feel much better now. Oh, sorry, a little too much in the moment there.
As far as main characters go, Gumball is one of the best. This lovable, funny blue cat is the show's titular character. Some people may think me putting him at number 2 is a little predictable, but Gumball really is a great character. In a show like Gumball, where puppets coexist with sentient flower pots, the show is smart to make its central characters normal 2D animals. It helps not disorient the viewer in this crazy world. And at the helm of the entire show is Gumball. He's a super versatile character. One second he could be annoying in a SpongeBob to Squidward kind of way, but at the same time he can be a completely rational and supportable lead.
Ask you to shut up! Think about what you've done! Do you realize you were wrong? Good, but don't beat yourself up about it! Parenting is hard!
Sometimes cocky, sometimes a little clueless, there's no other character that's better for the main lead of Gumball. Here we are at number 1. After looking at all the colorful cast of Ellmore citizens and all the characters the show has, we had to go with the one who's always there in any form. The one who plays more roles in the show than any other single character. And that person is Larry. Larry began as just a one-off character who worked in the DVD rental store, but as the series progressed, you began to see more and more of him, working just about anywhere. Larry's job in the city of Ellmore is, well, just about every job. Larry works everywhere at every time. He's so important, in fact, that just him quitting is enough to send the entire town into a complete Mad Max-esque apocalypse. So he's pretty important. Some people may disagree with this, but I do believe that Larry deserves the number 1 spot. He's a character who's bigger than just one person. As long as there's a menial task to be done, Larry can be added to the story. This makes him one of the most reoccurring characters, and one of the greatest characters in Gumball. That's why Larry takes the number 1 spot.
What? I overslept!
Wait, I don't get to sleep.
Hey, Larry, wake up! So, like I said...
Do you agree with our list? Let us know in the comments below who your favorite Gumball characters are. I'm Richard Ellmore for the Roundtable, and I'll see you guys next time.
This video has been powered by Patreon. If you want to give us some more support, head to patreon.com/roundtablevids, become a patron, and get some awesome perks. Thanks for watching another video on the Roundtable. If you want to get more involved with our community and watch videos from Let's Talk with Tom, Voxbox, and more, click the video right here. Or if you want to get some more of the animation goodness, watch some Crystal Clear or Meeting Monday, click the video right here. And please, don't forget to subscribe.